Hello, and welcome back to the From a Skein podcast. My name is Kristen, and you can find me on the platforms of Instagram and Ravelry as Knitting Chris. So I am thankful and glad to be back with you. I apologize that it has been quite a few weeks since I've been here. There's really no excuse. I am a full-time working nurse, registered nurse, and I do my hobbies and things between obviously my working and my work shifts. So I'm very fortunate to have a job that is non-traditional in nursing. So I do get more regular hours, work hours than the average nurse, but I'm thankful for all those who work all those odd shifts for us, taking care of patients at different times of the day and everything they do. So anyway, let's just start with what I've been up to, what I've been finishing, and what I've been doing, basically. I have clearly been crafting, creating, doing things during the absence or the last time that I saw you. My first is actually something I finished a little while ago, but I didn't fully finish, meaning I didn't weave in those ends like I should have. And I finally did that and got this completed. And I'm going to gift this to a friend at work who just had her first grandchild, I guess I should say biological grandchild. So this is actually a crochet blanket, which I have found, and you'll see as a result today of this kind of little passion or maybe obsession, that I've been crocheting a little bit more lately than knitting. I'm not sure why that is. Sometimes I find that I go through phases where I do things one more than other, things, and I don't know why that is, but I think that's part of the creative process. And sometimes when I try to understand it, it just doesn't really have any rhyme or reason, so I just go with it. But this is, my standard recipe for a crochet baby blanket. And I used for this one 2 of those big Caron cakes, which I actually thought were like 100% acrylic. They are actually 80% acrylic, 20% wool. I didn't know that. So that's actually interesting. I have made a couple of these. My church participates in a blanket Sunday, usually in October. So I usually crochet like 1 or 2 of these. They do blankets for local nursing facilities, but also they do for Project Linus. So they take blankets for different, reasons. So they actually have a Sunday in October where you can donate blankets that you've made or they've worked on together as the women of the church, and we donate them to, local charities. So I've been very fortunate that I've been able to donate some of my work to that, and I feel good about that. This one, though, I'm going to give to my coworkers for her granddaughter, and it is a Caron cake in the Funfetti color. I used an H hook, which is a 5.00 millimeter hook, and I'm just going to hold it up for you. It is a standard, you start in the middle and just kind of crochet out, just keep getting bigger and bigger. The fun thing about these skeins is that they change color on their own. And then really the only difference that I did was I chose to kind of find a solid color than yarn to make a border around this one. And I'm sorry, again, you don't usually have that much traffic, but when I record, there will be traffic. It's inevitable. I hardly ever have traffic by my house. So hold on just a sec. I'm gonna pause for this. This is crazy. It sounds like they're motorcycles. We live at the base of a mountain and near a state park. I cannot imagine. They might be doing some trails in the woods. But anyway, I chose to put a gold border around this. And then what I do is when I'm done with the actual, which is basically like a double crochet, when I'm done with that double crochet kind of pattern, I do a single crochet edge one time around one row, and then I put the scalloped border around here. So this is a pretty nice size. It's very bright. Like I said, it's a Funfetti color. I think that my coworker, she has a very fun personality. She likes bright things. She's just a really fun lady. And I think, and I hope that they will love this. So I'm going to give this to them this week, and I'm excited about that. So that was really fun to make and to do. I have finished my second finished object. I have finished my socks for this time, and they're on my standard sock blockers that I use from the Loopy U. They are made for me, so they're a size 7 foot. So if you notice, they will fit the blocker a lot better. There'll not be this excess sock out here. They are in the Shirsty Cat BFL yarn, the Heart of the Forest colorway, and that's probably a true representation of the colorway. I love the dyeing on this. This is a hand-dyed yarn. I love the dyeing on this wool. BFL is a wool. It's blue face Leicester. It is a wool. I believe it's 75% blue face Leicester, 25% nylon. The nylon adds the durability to your socks. So I believe that that is, you know, a really sturdy sock, but I love the dyeing. It's just my standard recipe for socks. So I'm looking forward to wearing these maybe when I do some hiking this fall. And they will be for me. So I did finish them. I did not start a new sock yet, and that's one of the things I'll talk about a little bit later on. So, well, the things that I am working on, again, I said I'm in this kind of like obsessive crochet blanket, baby blanket kind of phase, and I'm not questioning it. I'm just going with it kind of thing. So the first one that I have is actually almost finished. I did start this and almost finish it. I need to put a border on it. I do like that scalloped edged border, and I had bought a white, more like cream color, but I think in looking at this project and how it's kind of, you know, been, I don't know, kind of played out after I crocheted it, I think I may choose a darker border for it, so I probably need to go find a darker yarn to go around it. This is, again, the standard kind of granny square blanket. I do not have the ends woven in on this, but I absolutely love the colors. And like I said, I started this since the last time and have crocheted it. I absolutely love it. Now this one is a little bit more lightweight, and I can say that the drape on this is phenomenal. It is crocheted with the sugar wheel cotton from Yarn Bee, and I just happen to love the colors. And initially I was going to give this to my coworker for her granddaughter, but can I be honest? I'm a little selfish. I have 2 blankets that I have done and put away for hopefully my future grandchildren, or maybe my future great nieces and nephews on my side of the family. And I probably will give this, put this in that little chest or that hope thing, because I feel like this is something I love. And not that I don't love my other things, this is just something, when I crocheted it, I just felt like maybe it was more something I wanted to keep for my own family. So that's what I have to do. The only thing, I mean, I could be finished at this point with this blanket, but I really like the extra that that crocheted edge, the scalloped edge, kind of gives to the blanket. So I am not going to be finished with that. And again, I'm going to try and find a darker yarn for the border, maybe like a blue or a darker green. That would be really something that I would be excited to work with. So stay tuned for that to be a finished object, maybe next time. So, and here we go with the traffic again. I apologize. And in keeping with the theme of crochet blankets, I'm sorry, that Yarn Bee one was actually done with a G hook. So a 4.25 millimeter hook. So a little bit smaller to get the gauge. It is a little bit smaller. If you look at the stitches, it's a little bit smaller. And the yarn itself is a bit thinner. And it is a cotton, and I think that's probably what gives it the little bit of drape. So I, you know, did a smaller hook for that. My next one, my daughter has a couple friends who have, I can't believe this, I feel like they've grown up kind of with us, and one of them, you know, a couple of them are married now, and one of them is expecting her first baby. So I started another one. What? You know, this is done in, I love this yarn, and that's an acrylic based yarn, and it is the Sun Gold colorway. So she is, her friend is a big fan of yellow. Now, I'm not, you know, if you love it, that's fine. I do not like typical colors for babies. So pale yellows, pastel colors, they're great. That's fine. You like that for babies? That's great. I kind of like to give something that's a little bit more, I don't know if it's bold, but I call it like classic, maybe almost not primitive, but I just really like a different kind of color. So this is in the Sun Gold colorway. I'm using a size H hook, 5mm. This is one that I actually bought at Joann's a couple years ago, and I really like it. It has this little like handle on it, and I just wanted to kind of show it to you today. It's not really rubbery, but it is very nice on my hands. It's a Susan Bates, so it's not expensive. I think I even got it on sale. I think I got it at Joann's, like I said, probably a couple bucks. So it's great. It's been working wonderful, and I have almost through the first skein of this, so it's a lot of fun. It moves quickly. I've been enjoying it. That's what creating is about. So you have to do what you have to do. The thing I'm not doing and not enjoying, I will show you though, was the, you know, the hand spun traveler cow. How do I fix it? What do I do? So I said I would knit another one. So I started another one, and here it is. And I think I just lost one of my stitch stoppers, which is fine. I will find it in a minute here. So here is the other one. It's not bad. It's done in Yarn Bee Chromatic Spectrum, because I thought that actually mimics hand spun a little bit. It's okay. I did a bigger size. It's going to be huge. It's actually, I did a small adult size, so it's okay. It's not the pattern, it's not the yarn, it's just my love for the project after this is the third time knitting it has waned a little bit. So I will get back to it. I have done the first round. You can see here, if you see, it kind of veers out here and then in. I'm on the decreases, so it won't take me long to finish it. I just have to make myself do that. One technique I did find, and I'm gonna have to pull them through, was I really didn't know how to change yarns. I had to switch the second skein of yarn here, and I didn't know how to do that because this isn't applied or as you go knitted I-cord edging. And I mean, I've been knitting for a long time, 20 years, longer. I don't think I've ever done that. So here's what I did, because, you know, as a knitter, if you ever have to figure it out and you don't have a knitting group or a knitting instructor near you, I went to YouTube and I just Googled, like, how do I change my yarn when I have an applied I-cord edge? And it came up right away. And I thought I did it correctly, and it's okay. I had the yarn come through the front, so I'll just pull it to the back and then I'll weave in the ends back here. No big deal. So it's actually not a hard thing to do, and like I said, easy to find on YouTube. YouTube is great. The one thing is, you know, these lot numbers are the same. I'm always, since this is a acrylic yarn, I'm just intrigued about this little orange stripe that came through here, because there doesn't seem to be any of that in this skein at all. And so that's kind of a neat feature. So, you know, I'll have this great orange stripe in my cowl. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully I can finish it by the next video for you. So what else have I been doing? I haven't been sock knitting, and I miss that. So I think tonight, it's a Sunday, I am going to wind up, I think, my next yarn. And what I've chosen is actually a micro sock kit in the steel toe base from Legacy Fiber Arts. They are a mother-daughter dyeing team, and they used to be sort of from Connecticut. Well, I think they originated in Connecticut, now they've moved to Vermont. So this is actually nice. This will be probably a shorter pair of socks, and it is a 4-ply fingering weight, 75% merino wool, 25% nylon, which seems to be a typical base if you are knitting socks. That is a typical base. They give you 231 yards and then a 50-gram skein, which is equal to, a 50-gram skein and a 20-gram mini. So I always have a pretty good amount of yarn left over after I knit a pair of socks. So I'm going to knit probably the cuff, the heel, and the toes in this blue color, and then the majority of the sock in this, and probably won't have much left over. And I'm going to knit it for me, and I don't know if I'll knit my standard like longer sock or maybe a little bit shorter. I guess I'll knit a little shorter until I see, but I'm really excited to kind of, you know, I've used their yarn before, and it's lovely. It's very lovely. It's a nice base. So I'm excited to get this wound up. I just have to get off my laurels. This is their label, which is super cute. And then this is the information in case you're wanting any of that. They have this particular colorway still in stock. So I really love supporting them. They have, I did purchase a skein of yarn that they are donating some of their profit to, like a camp for kids. And so I really like their company, and I like their dyeing process and their yarn. And they're very creative, and they run a podcast as well. So, or, you know, video cast. So go ahead and watch them. I highly am enjoying, you know, all of the things that they create. One of the other things that I also got was a mini skein set. I don't know if you can see, I didn't take it out of the plastic yet. I want to try and keep it in there. It is a sock set, and it has, it's from Canada, so it's in meters. I love that. 82 meters, 25 gram skeins times 5 of 80/20. So 80 superwash merino, 20% nylon, in a beach coma colorway. And this is from Sweet Fiber Yarns in Canada, and they're one of my favorite dyers. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a dark brown, medium brown, like a kind of gray, almost tan, this teal, and then this great like ochre green colorway. And I don't know the colorway names, it doesn't give them, but I thought it'd be fun to either put it with a neutral and use it for some color work, or even just drape it into something fun to wear, hat, cowl, anything like that. It is a fingering weight yarn, so you could double it, you could easily just use it as a single as well. So that's something that I'm really looking forward to using as well. So those are some of the things that I've been up to, working on. I have not been reading at all. I'm still in that same silly book. I don't know why I just don't say I'm not going to finish it. I don't know what the problem is with me lately. I'm usually a voracious reader. I can finish book after book after book, always throughout my life. So I don't know what that is about. I have a book in my queue on my Kindle waiting for me that I'm very much looking forward to, and that's The Women by Kristen Hanna. And I need to finish this book so I can get to that book. And I think once I kick into that book, I'll probably get my reading mojo back. Kristen Hanna is one of my favorite authors, and I like the way she spells her name. It happens to be the way I spell my name, all eyes. So what I've been listening to or playing, I have been playing all kinds of different kind of music on the piano. I'm not really one thing lately. My daughter has graduated from college, my youngest daughter, and she has taken a job as an elementary music teacher. So most recently this past weekend, we've been playing through some music that she might want to do with her choir that she's going to be directing. I'm very excited for her to have that job and to be influencing a lot. And when I say a lot, it's a lot. 3 different schools of children with music. So I'm very proud of her, and I'm happy to assist her with that. So I've been playing that for that, and mostly just music for my own enjoyment. What I've been listening to, I haven't been to any concerts. So I've been listening to my Spotify. I don't know what service y'all stream. If you're a streamer, maybe you aren't at all. I do Spotify. We have a family Spotify account, and I have mainly I'm all over the place. I'm very eclectic in my music. I can listen to classical to hard rock to classic rock. Classic rock is by and far probably one of my favorites. So I've been listening to some of that. I've been listening to some hard rock as I'm working out. I have recently been just on a quest for better health, and I have lost between 35 and 40 pounds in the past year, like 6 months to a year. I would say probably longer than 6 months, since the beginning of this year. And I have been wanting to do that. I've been feeling better. I've not been taking medicine. I've been doing it mainly by cleaning up my diet and regular routine exercise. And I hike, I walk, and I ride an exercise bike. So that's kind of where I've been with those kind of things. I hope that you are enjoying the last of your summer. It's another beautiful day here. It's a little warmer, which is fine. We've had some chilly mornings. We have been able to enjoy some time on the deck here and have a fire and at night, and that's been great. So I hope that you're enjoying your summer. I hope that you're creating whatever gives you pleasure and joy. And I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.